Christian, first front row start of the season. It must feel good to be in this position. Can you talk us through that session?
Yeah, it does feel good to be up here. I feel like I deserve to be up here, but I've not managed it for a good time now, so it's nice to be up here for a start. To be honest with you, all through qualifying then, I didn't feel comfortable with the bike at all. Every session I came in and through each phase of qualifying and just didn't have any feeling, but thankfully the lap times were pretty good. I was quite quick through the Dingle section. I was able to let the bike run free, and that was helping me a lot because I was a little bit steady on the run onto the back straight. So there was a place where I was losing and a place where I was gaining. So in the end, it turned out all right. We had a bit of a problem with the clutch in the final phase of the last qualifying, but I doubt I would have gone any quicker anyway. So it didn't really hinder me too much. I was just a little bit worried that I was going to lose the front row. But yeah, we've got 3 races this weekend. Obviously got one in a few hours' time. Fingers crossed the weather's going to stay good, and we'll have 3 strong races to finish out the season.
Danny, you came so close to your first pole position. It was stolen away from you in the last lap by 0.1 seconds. How did those sessions come together for you?
It was a little bit of a bitty. It's been a bit of a bitty weekend, to be honest with you, with the weather and stuff like that. So I haven't actually got to feel completely comfortable on the bike. And Q1 weren't so bad. When it was a little bit damper throughout the back, I managed to sort of make up a little bit of extra time there. But through the dry stuff, I was suffering quite a bit. And even into Q2, I suffered as well. And I come in and said, "Where am I?" And they said, "You're 15th." I said, no, I laughed actually because I thought that can't be happening. So I had to use another tyre there, which obviously made me suffer a little bit in Q3. But well, didn't make me suffer in Q3, but I didn't have a new tyre for Q3. But yeah, Q3 I just went out and Josh went off first, and I just knew I needed to tuck in behind him, and that's what I did, and that's what we had. And the bike come really good, to be honest with you, in that Q3. So I'm looking forward. Again, we haven't done many laps with the new chassis change that we've made, so I don't know how the bike's going to be in the race. So I'm a little bit open-minded with that. But yeah, for sure, to be starting second is obviously one from best place to be starting.
Josh, obviously a big weekend for you. Starting from pole position, the perfect way to start race 1.
Yeah, it's ideal. I've got to be selfish in this moment and say that, with Scott, not qualifying in the final phase of the qualifying is ideal for my situation, and me being on pole is the icing on the cake. So it's still going to be a challenge. From that position, Scott can easily come through and challenge towards the end of the race. So it's definitely not. There's nothing confirmed with that. It's just it just throws us a bone, so to speak. So pleased with that. The bike, actually interesting to hear Christian and Danny's comments about the bike feeling strange on the track, and because mine also didn't feel right, felt like there was something wrong. But I think it's after hearing their comments, maybe it's the track conditions are giving us false impressions of the performance of the bikes. So that's good to know. I knew the end of that session, the later you could leave it, that was the ideal circumstances because the track was drying. But I wanted to monitor where the dry, and because in a few places the water actually runs across onto the racing line. So it's ideal to monitor how the track's changing lap by lap. So I wanted to be out early and get plenty of knowledge of where the track was drying best. But obviously then that wears your tyre out for longer. So I tried to kind of play the middle ground where I didn't push too hard initially, and then left as much as I could to the end. And fortunately, it was just enough. So it was only a small margin, but enough to get the pole position.